120 or 130. And any changes in your team? Thank you very much, Rakshita. Have a good day. I'll get you to come up here. What would you have done, had you won the toss? Right, great answer there. And any changes in your side? Priyanka in place of Prerna, okay. And what do you make of the pitch? 130 would be chaseable? Fantastic. Day. Thank you. We'll be back shortly with our online coverage.
Yeah, possibly.
Welcome you all to Samprasiti Sports Stadium. This is day 7 here, India Nippon Cup. We're done with the toss. Match will start shortly.
Hi, my name is Meera Subramaniam. When I used to play cricket and being a Karnataka player as well as a Falconite, my name was Meera Iyer. Going back into the memory lane, Falcons has given me a lot of good things to take home. One, I gained a lot of good friends. Two, we were proud to have a women's cricket team. Third, I think we struggled. When I mean struggle, we used to buy balls, put the nets, basically every little thing we took care of ourselves, and we took pride in doing what we did. It's been 32 years since I left the country, but I still treasure my friendship with who all played with me at Falcons as well as the Karnataka team. All I can say is Falcons has come a long way, and I wish every success to the team, and I wish each and every player all the very best. I will be watching you all live, but I wish I was there to see you all in person. Good luck, Falcons Club. I am so proud that you guys are doing such a tremendous job. I wish I could also help you, but who knows, we might meet sometime. However, I wish you all the very best and good luck to all of you. I can proudly say that I am a proud Falconite.
Check. 1, 2, 3. Check. A very good morning to all our online viewers to the India Nippon Cup powered by the Falcon Sport Club. Currently, we've got the two squads lined up over there in Falcon AMEYA Sports and the Falcon SHEEN Sports Club for the match, which will be played for the third position this morning. The currently the secretary of the KSEA, Santosh Menon, is out there with Shanta Rangaswamy madam addressing both the squads, and the match is going to begin shortly. We'll be covering the live commentary and the live coverage online from ball 1. Hello.
Hello.
Ram.
Hello. Morning viewers from India and other parts of the world. We've just come to the last day of the tournament, last and final day. Now we are in line to watch the match for the third and fourth places, and it's going to be between Falcon Sheen team and Falcon AMEYA Sports. Keeping in mind the finals to take place in the second half of the day, the match has been advanced a bit, half an hour early start, and Indian Standard Time. The start is at Indian Standard Time 9:15 a.m. We do find a lot of dew on the outfield, even though the ground staff tried to remove the dew a little bit with the help of the ropes. And I'm sure that with the wickets being covered, it may not be affected too much, but there's likely to be a little bit of sweating under the covers with dew on the outside. The news here is that Falcon Sheen team won the toss and elected to bat first, and little surprising that they chose to bat where the wicket is likely to be little damp because of the sweating which should have undergone. Falcon Sheen is playing the same team as they played last year with no changes at all. It's going to be led by Rakshita Krishnappa, jersey number 28, Pratyusha Kumar, jersey number 22, Jemima Rodriguez, jersey number 5, Vrinda Dinesh, jersey number 33, Deepthi Sharma, jersey number 6, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, jersey number 1, Padmaja E, jersey number 7, Simran Henry, jersey number 27, Narendra Natarajan, jersey number 99, Chandasi Krishnamurthy, jersey 25, Krishika Reddy, jersey number 9, Savi Surendra, 12th man, jersey number 21. The AMEYA sports team is going to be led by Veda Krishnamurthy, jersey number 79, Netravati, wicketkeeper, jersey number 5, Anuja Patel, jersey number 82, Mona Meshram, jersey 30, Akanksha Kohli, jersey 18, Shreyanka Patel, who has come in the place of Prerna GR, jersey number 31, Nikki Prasad, jersey number 19, Pranav C, jersey number 14, Trish Kamini, jersey number 16, Sahana Pawar, jersey number 8, Pooja Kumari, jersey number 17, and Prerna being the 12th man, jersey number 23. Mr. Sri Kumar, good morning and welcome. Yeah.
Very good morning, Mr. Sri Kumar.
That's a beautiful shot. Slightly
Fantastic shot there.
and sat up to be hit, and Jemima went back and pulled it powerfully to deep mid wicket for a fourth.
Absolutely. What a cracker of a shot there by Jemima. She's very comfortable.
Putting up that boundary.
Absolutely, Mr. Srikumar, she looked so comfortable rocking onto, transferring her weight to the back foot. Just pulled it through the line of the ball, all the way, on the ground for a boundary.
Time of settle. White call by the umpire. Ball hitting low and just shooting through.
Jemima has played a few good knocks, but all ended in 30s and 40s. She didn't go on to play a much larger knock, which would have helped the team a lot more. Jemima's reputation, she's expected to at least go on to score 70s, 80s. That would have helped Sheen a bit more than what it did eventually.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy.
End of the over.
The Falcon Sheen Sports at the end of the first over, 8 for no loss. I take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, our title sponsors, India Nippon, our sponsors, Control Alfis Fix Solutions, DS Max, National Public School, our venue partners in Samprasiddhi Sports Stereo, our travel partners in Royal Brothers, our co-sponsors Game Z and to bowl the second over from the Falcon end. I think looks like will be Akanksha Kohli will be bowling to Jemima Rodriguez.
Very early in the innings.
Nothing surprising considering that it's early morning start and there's going to be some dampness and some movement available. I think it happened in one of the earlier matches too. So absolutely nothing surprising. Gorgeous shot from Jemima Rodriguez. It's a low pitched ball, a little bit of it on the offside, and Jemima latches onto it with really fast and plays a wonderful looking off drive between mid off and extra cover for a 4.
Superb shot.
Second run, and Nikki Prasad had to run line and stop that ball from crossing the boundary, and Jemima was looking for the second run, but Krishika was not ready to run. I think they run slightly better on this occasion.
Totally, I agree with you, Mr. Krishnaswamy. What I felt was Krishika thought that it's gone over to the boundary, and I think she was already trying to mark a guard there by the time she realized that Nikki's actually restricted them over there to that single. So
Was that their batting really was not clicking.
Absolutely right. Yeah,
what it looked like was there was no definite game plan in the AMEYA setup. Everyone was contributing in bits and pieces, but they couldn't get a whole project together out of it. There was Tirush Kamini who managed to give a good start in one of the innings, and then there was no continuity. There was a stoppage for some time, and then again someone would come out and like Nikki Prasad and come and score in 50 or something, and but there was no actual continuity towards a big proposed total from them. I think that was one of the reasons probably they couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think of it, Mr. Sri Kumar?
Score now is Falcon Sheen 15 for no loss in 2 overs. Talking of strategies, I think that Falcon Sheen also made a mistake in the last match against Falcon Herons. I think they should have looked for a bonus point, which would have taken them on par in points, with taken them to 16. Maybe the run rate would have been in their favor, and that might have helped them qualify. I think the respective coaches and the captain have a big role to play in that strategies. They probably overlooked this fact that all they needed was one run, which would have given them a much better chance of qualifying.
Most certainly, Mr. Krishnaswamy. Looks like Jemima was walking a yard or two outside, when she's facing Pranavi. Is it got something to do with the bounce that Pranavi is getting? She wants to kind of play, somewhere around the waist height rather than, above the waist. Yes, indeed. But it'll be good to see both these batters square off against each other. In Divya Gyananand and Poonam Roth, both two different sort of players. Divya a little bit more aggressive, and Poonam kind of steals those singles, doubles, and then quickly scores a couple of boundaries and maximums here and there. So very difficult, I think, to bowl to someone like Poonam Roth.
Jemima went for a mighty
Swipe.
4 runs nevertheless. This one got pitched up, he comes forward, pushes it down the track. Pranavi picking up through.
To all our online viewers, the Falcon SHEEN Sports Club at the end of third over, 23 for no loss. And it's going to be Akanksha Kohli to continue from the Falcon end. To face her will be Cricsay Reddy. Krishika is playing quite sensibly here. She's pushing for those singles and giving Jamima the strike, while Jamima is making a game out of the bowlers here. Well, what can you say about that shot? I mean, she got herself into such a good position, free flow of the bat. It sounded like it, was hit right in the meat of a bat. And a Falcon maximum to her credit. Oh, it's actually a boundary here, not a maximum.
It's a 4. Another good shot there this time. A lovely on drive. Again, almost identical. 4 runs, no other miss.
Absolutely. That's an awesome shot here again.
Maybe that would have helped.
Oh yes, had they batted like this in the earlier match, they would be playing the second match of today, not the first match.
I think the wicket has not changed too much according to me. It's just that if that had happened, they would have definitely qualified.
Absolutely right. Yes, Yogesh.
The Falcon SHEEN Sports at the end of 4 overs, 33 for no loss. And I think there's going to be a bowling change from the India Nippon end. It looks like the ball is thrown to Anuja Patil, who's going to bowl a first over from the India Nippon end.
Second mid-wicket region. Pranavi rushing in from a deeper position.
Very well worked there by Jemima in that there's no short mid wicket there. The mid wicket is deep, and she quickly, as soon as she hit the ball, she called for two. But Pranavi was quick to cut the ball off there and restrict them for a single.
Similar stroke again. Same Peter,
Krishika is having a very good look here, and Anuja, I guess she's probably trying to figure out a way to get her away.
Krishika's job is basically to rotate the strike and make Jemima play more, who is playing some excellent shots, who seem to be in very good nick now. So she should rather be doing the basics of placing the ball and running. Jemima is now 30 of 19 balls. I think that's very good going against Krishika's 3 so far. Krishika shouldn't venture to play any big shots at this point in time.
Absolutely, I think what she should be looking at is to get to the other end as quick as possible, and let Jemima get whatever strike she can. But this is the last ball of the over now. I think that ball, that shot was more of a frustration shot, I guess, because Anuja had managed to keep Krishika quiet for the last 4 balls, and this was the last ball of the over. She didn't want to take a single there. She thought that taking a single she would be coming back on strike probably. She wanted to, she said that probably I'll try to go over and score a boundary or something. Maybe that was running in her mind.
Krishika tried to do what we were just talking about, what she shouldn't be doing, going for big shots. I think 4 dot balls must have played in her mind, and she went for a big shot over cover or extra cover on the offside. Ended up just pulling the ball comfortably to point where Akanksha Kohli took a very easy and simple catch.
Actually, the Krishika Reddy that I have seen, is very different to what she played today. Maybe I'm very sure that it's got something to do with playing the first match of the tournament. She's been sitting on the sidelines. I'm very sure she's come out with itchy hands over here to go after the bowling and make whatever opportunity she's got of. But well, nevertheless, as Krishika departs, we see Pratisha K come into attack over here. Indeed. I think this morning I was actually having a chat with the team owner, Mr. Ganesh, and he also mentioned that they should have tried to use her earlier as the one drop batsman, because in the last 2 games she scored that 20 of 18 and then 56 of some 54 deliveries or something. Sorry, 58 of 54, something like that. So someone coming in at that position and scoring is really good. I hope she has a good day today as well. But I think she will complement Jemima here very well, because she'll quickly turn over the strike to her possibly, and Jemima is looking like she's going to miss the flight to Mumbai, and she's going to kind of go after them and rush to the airport something. She's in that kind of mood. Yes, indeed, Sahana Pawar. I think that's a good move again. So spin being introduced from both the ends. Mr. Krishnaswamy, I think is it too early to bring spin from both the ends? What do you think?
Given the conditions, I thought the medium pacers could have bowled a little bit more, but both the medium pacers didn't bowl really well. They didn't trouble both the batters at all. I think that would have prompted Veda to bring the spinners on early. If they had bowled slightly better, made use of the slightly damp conditions, probably they could have bowled 3 overs each.
Yes, I think Jemima was having a very merry time over there, using the pace and not just using the pace, she was very comfortably getting into positions to hoist them over the mid-wicket areas, and that's a good shot there. As we speak, is that a maximum, Mr. Srikumar? Okay, that's a boundary there. Again, Jemima steps out at will, and goes with the free flow of her bat. It's so good to see that free flowing bat of hers, just goes through the line. Yes, and I think, great players actually reserve the best for the end, they say, yeah. For the last, so yes. Is it something, she's trying to prove that statement, right? What do you say, Mr. Srikumar?
Why not? That's what I have observed very often.
Absolutely, but then looking at if someone is batting in this kind of capacity, I guess it would keep everyone interested there.
Also, they take the opportunity. Give an opportunity for those who have not. Pushed on the outside. Sahana again between the umpire and the stumps. Nirma comes out to the pitch of that ball and gently pushes on the onside. Sahana, the fielder again, end of the over.
The score now is 38 for 1 and 6 overs for Falcon Sheen, with Jemima on 34 and Patyusha yet to open a score. Jemima has been stepping out repeatedly to Sahana, trying to upset the length, probably trying to make her bowl a little short so that she can go back and pull her. I think we are seeing a slightly different Jemima than what we saw in the initial 5 or 6 matches, and this is the Jemima we all know of, even at international level. This is how she plays, quite aggressively, and I think it's good to watch her play like this. Pratisha playing the first ball, plays it defensively.
Sahana, the fielder.
Absolutely, that was a sensational deft touch by Jemima there, but no run taken.
This time she comes forward and turns it around towards the break and square leg region.
Absolutely, that was a sensational.
Previously, and with totally wounded players in our side, Bihari Khan couldn't run. Rishabh Pant was hurt, but still he went and played a fantastic knock. Jadeja has broken his thumb and he couldn't bat. He was only to come out in emergency situations. What a performance from the Indian side. They have competed hard, they have competed very well. In the meantime, Falcon Sheen are 40 for 1 in 7 overs with Jemima on 35 and Pratyusha on 1. India is more than competing against Australia in their conditions, with so many players missing, so many players out with injuries. I think it has been a wonderful effort by the Indian team. It's going to be Sahana Par who will continue the bowling.
Back to offside field once again.
It's not working because it is off.
Short third man, gully point, cover, extra cover, and a long off.
Who's offing all this? Power goes, it automatically goes off. Okay. So you need to again on it. And that one works. Yeah. Okay, now? Okay. So we will keep an eye on this.
Jemima just plays the ball, turns the ball to short mid wicket and cross across for a quick single. So Srikumar, we were just talking about the Indian team's performance. What is your opinion on that?
Oh, absolutely.
Second time I've seen her bowl a no ball. I think it's a little, she needs to look at her run up a little bit more. And I felt that in the match at Sydney, if Rishabh Pant had continued for half an hour more, maybe we would have had a very good chance of even going for a win instead of just a draw. For half an hour more, maybe we would have had a very good chance.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I think we would have had a fair chance there had Pant dug his heels for some more time, but can't take anything away. As you rightly mentioned, with so much of struggle, Hanuma Vihari, Ravindra Jadeja, all of them put out a very strong front over there, and I in fact read the article wherein they mentioned that they had to run painkillers out to Hanuma Vihari every 5 overs, and just to get them. I mean, let's talk about the kind of focus that is required. You are in pain, and probably you're in the 4th over, and you're waiting for that you're going to get the dose after one more over. 6 balls, you still have to struggle. You have to carry on that struggle, and then again come in a stoppage. Take your painkiller, come back again, and again find focus.
In the meantime, Jemima played a very uppy shot to the left of Sahana, who was a little late in reacting. Yeah, we spoke of injury to Jadeja, we spoke of injury to Vihari, we spoke of injury to Pant. Not to forget that I believe that Ashwin also had a bad back, and he in the morning of the match, 5th day, he just couldn't reach his toes. So he also played with a lot of pain. He took a lot of blows too. just carried on very gamely, and of course he can bat. He's got a couple of hundreds in test matches, 400s probably, but not done too well in this series so far. I think it was wonderful to see him play. I mean, 2.5 to 3 hours, and it was a fantastic effort. But India is going to be with a different challenge at Gaba, Brisbane, where it's going to be slightly seaming wicket. Maybe our batsmen will have to adjust their technique a little bit more to be competitive. I would wish that either we win or at least draw the match Gaba and come out with our heads held high.
Absolutely, I think as you rightly mentioned, can't forget what Ashwin did. It was more of a team effort by an injured team, and yes, in Gaba certainly it will be a real big test for Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma, who come in over there.
Yes, I agree with you, but Yogesh and Mr. Srikumar, I think the Australian team have not covered themselves with any glory. When our bowlers, I mean, with a little bit of help, even our bowlers have been proved to be very, very effective.
Our colleague here, Vijay, reminds me that the Indians put up a wall on the day, which is the birthday of the original wall. That's Rahul Dravid.
Yeah, I think it was a very good coincidence. Thanks for reminding us of that. And Rahul Dravid, being the person he is, Yogesh, I just wanted to make a mention to you. I met him probably once or twice. I just sent him a message wishing him on his birthday. He promptly replied, thanking. I think that shows the character of the person.
Indeed, Mr. Krishnaswamy, he's always been the gentleman of the game, and it's very difficult to replace someone like Rahul Dravid in any team. He is not only respected in India but throughout the world, not only for his batting but also for the kind of person he is. I think Mr. Krishnaswamy, that was a very well run, by Pratyusha. I think she called for this run, and she was very quick to take off. See, the ball was actually there was a LBW appeal there by Shriyanka, and it was good to get Jemima onto the non-striker's end, because now it will help her resettle again after that LBW appeal.
This time outside the off stump. An attempt to push it on the offside, but Pratyusha failed to make contact. Shriyanka again, and this time turned away towards the vacant mid-wicket region. Pranavi from a deeper position, comes in and fields, returns, but they cross over for a very, very comfortable single, bringing Jemima back on strike. Pushed to the offside to bid off a single, comfortable single there. Straight to the captain Veda, who does the fielding. An attempt to swing it to the vacant square leg region, but completely missing is Pratyusha there. No damage done, no addition to the total either. Another wild slash there on the offside.
That's the end of the over.
He's not forward online, so you can continue.
I think at the end of 9 they're 49 for 1, and Pratyusha is looking a little desperate, trying to play some big shots. She's hardly scored about 4 of 10 or 11 balls. She would do well again, as we mentioned earlier, to play for singles and give the strike to Jemima. It's going to be Nikki Prasad from the other end. Facing her is going to be Jemima.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I think Pratyusha shouldn't be forgetting that, what her role is in this team. She's found a lot of success doing those singles and doubles. She should leave the big shots for, to the other players, and try to focus on her game over here, because she's got the natural looking for those quick singles and doubles, and that's what she's there for. So as you rightly said, that she's, I think today she's kind of trying to go after the bowling a little bit more. Maybe has it got something to do with the success that she's achieved in the last 2 games?
If I can recall, the previous match where she got a tall score of 50 plus was she played a little in a subdued manner initially. She opened out only after 12th or 13th over, and she got to where she did. She didn't try to play too many big shots in the beginning itself. That's what she's trying to do today.
Nikki Prasad brought in there, Krishnaswamy, from the Falcon end. Driven straight down to the offside, to extra cover there. Anuja, the fielder, by Pratyusha. Confident shot, but nothing gained. Again, dug out.
Mr. Krishnaswamy, I guess you've played in so many teams, and and so many clubs, and for the state, and so many matches that you've played. What do you think? Would it be running? Would it be running in the mind of the player that after having a good innings, good last innings, would it be running in the mind that I should probably try to do something extraordinary here?
See, one of the things we always feel after playing a good knock is a bit of more confidence. Okay, there is a fine line between confidence and overconfidence. Sometimes if you tend to become overconfident, then you will end up playing far too many shots too early. So I would rather say that they should guard against overconfident, but be confident enough to play their normal shots and then get on with that.
Well, absolutely. I think that would be the right thing to do.
End of the over.
Pocket expenses. Small small gesture from the club, sir.
Oh, okay.
Jemima and Pratyusha going strong there. After some very good shots, Jemima certainly played a couple of
Sir, the small gesture, whatever.
uppish shots, but no harm done. She's surviving over there. So, absolutely fantastic batting there from Jemima in the morning. Very attacking and a lot of runs coming off her blade as Sheen and AMEYA fight for the third and fourth spots in this India NIPPON Cup, the tournament in commemoration of Falcon Sports Club's Golden Jubilee, the Inter Academy Tournament T20 format for women at the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio. And in the afternoon we have that cracker of a final coming up between Falcon Herons and Falcon KRR, and the fielders getting back into position with the game restarting after that brief interlude.
Overs over 51 for 1. I think this has been the trend in this tournament so far. At the end of 10 overs, the batting team gets to only about 50 or not runs. And today I thought the way Jemima started, they would be getting somewhere close to 60 to 55. That was not to be. She has slowed down a little bit, and other side also has not been floating the pace. And what we should be looking at a score of about 120, 130.
Certainly, Swami. Why not? I think if Jemima stays on for a longer time, it could be even more. Somewhere in the region of 130, 135.
I think Mr. Krishnaswamy, as you rightly said, at toss, Rakshit, there could be, I think 130 will be a good total to chase here. It's not going to be easy.
I mean, the history of this tournament has proved that 130 is always a good score, and 140 is an impossible score. I think no team has chased 140 so far. In the meantime, Jemima plays a beautiful slog sweep over mid wicket. It clears Anuja, who is not very tall, comfortably, and between mid wicket and mid on for a good looking four.
Good shot. That's what she's been doing in the morning. This time cut away, but straight to the fielder there, the gully. Sahana Pawar, no question of any run. Jemima alternating between aggression and silence, and there she is again, a very well lofted shot to the extra cover boundary for 4 runs. Yes, Krishnaswamy.
Beautiful stroke from Jemima. Shranka Patel bowled a little wide and over pitched on outside the off stump. Jemima saw it early, put a foot across with a straight bat. She lofted that over extra cover. I mean, there was no deep cover fielder there, so there's absolutely no chance of stopping that.
Here again, and this time she tries to cut, but does not get a touch. End of the over.
Falcon Sheen are 59 for 1 in 11 overs. Scoring rate is creeping up. I think they are moving more towards the 130 target which we are talking about.
Hopefully, that should be quite a formidable one, given the fact that AMEYA has not been consistent, as we were discussing at the start of the game. So it should be a very good total to defend.
It's going to be Nikki Prasad again from the end, bowling to Pratyuksha, who plays a very tame shot to the chicken down.
This mic works, so
Converted that into a full toss, waist high full toss, slightly below the waist, and she tried to pull the ball. She didn't time it at all, and it was a very easy catch at short mid wicket, which was taken very comfortably by Veda probably. Right?
it's very low.
Slow.
Very faint, no? That one is coming very good. Use that only.
Hey, we have no problem. He's speaking, you are not listening, you can't hear anything.
It's very slow.
Better.
It's going to be Deepthi Sharma in the place of Pratyuksha Kumar. Let me repeat again that it was a very tame dismissal. Full toss hit straight to short mid wicket without any power whatsoever, and Veda had no problem taking that simple catch.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I think, as we were discussing earlier, she was trying to do a little bit more than what her role is. So, but Jemima's kind of settled in at the other end.
As these girls play more matches, experience which teach them that when they try to play a few shots and when they are not successful, they should rotate the strike and give the strike to the other batter who is batting so well. I think maybe over a period of time, out of experience, girls will learn.
Absolutely, and that brings Deepthi Sharma on strike, and she's kind of looking to settle in. I think both these two India players, if they kind of stay here at the wicket, what we talked about, the 120, 130 is very much possible here.
Full toss, driven.
Deepthi Sharma played the ball to extra cover, a little bit of misfield by Veda there, but just for a single, mid-off comes over, cuts the ball, and gets a very easy single. Another wonderful drive by Jemima, over pitched ball on the off stump. She goes and plays a good looking cover drive between cover and extra cover for 4 runs.
She's got a 50, Krishnaswamy, half century.
First half century of the tournament for Jemima, a very good looking knock. This is what she is capable of.
Ten boundaries in the knock of 50 so far, and plenty more in the offing. This time she pushes it towards mid-off. Anuja picking up swiftly. No run.
What a time for Jemima to bring up her 50 today, Mr. Srikumar. Exciting day today for her. I think the last match of the tournament, and I think she'll be going back from Bangalore with some fond memories today.
Oh yes, surely. End of the over.
Another full toss from Nikki Prasad, but this time it was Jemima who was facing her, so she puts it away very easily. Unlike Pratyuksha who played it to short mid wicket, she played it along the ground to deep mid wicket for a 4.
The other thing was Jemima kind of rolled her wrists over the shot, whereas Pratyusha was, I think, trying to elevate the shot a little more. What do you think, Mr. Krishnaswamy?
I think Pratyuksha looked too over-eager to hit that ball for a 4, and she didn't connect at all, and it just hit the top of the bat and went for a 6. The fact that she was not timing on the other strokes very well must have made her a bit over-anxious.
Surely. Looks like Pooja Kumari to operate from the India Nippon N. Taking strike is a left-handed Deepti Sharma. 6 on the off. Outside the off stump and driven into the vacant cover region. Pranavi, the fielder, again. Single. As the field changes over for the right-handed Jemima, who's just completed her 50. 10 boundaries in her 50. Aggressive from the word go.
Stage is set for Jemima to cut loose. She has played herself in. She has crossed 50 and the score is reasonably healthy. And last 8 overs, she would do well to really look for a tall score for herself as well as for the team. Pooja Kumari bowled slightly short, seeing Jemima step out. Jemima just turns it around towards square leg umpire. Anuja Patel comes in from deep square leg and restricts it for a single.
Single. And let's see what Deepti is going to offer. As Pooja again from the India Nippon N turned away towards the vacant mid-wicket region there, and only a single as Pooja runs over and picks it up. Walks back to the top of her bowling run, bringing Jemima Rodrigues on strike. Here she is. And a lovely shot there. Locked it over extra cover for another 4.
We have with us Mrs. Gayatri, who is one of the pillars of Falcon Sports Club. I find that she is very, very active and she is very busy all the time, running around, organizing things, conducting the post-match prize distribution. She also happens to be in the Apex Council of Karnataka State Cricket Association, representing Indian Cricket Association. Welcome, Mrs. Gayatri. And I'll just like to mention that it's a great job done by all of you. I know how hard it is. I think you have to take time off from your work also. How does it feel? What is the feedback you have received so far?
So, after all this hard work, I think the tournament has been very successful. I hope today no rains and the finals go on very well. That's it. And a lot of people have worked together, including parents of the girls and all old Falcon members. So I think it's a wonderful journey to organizing all this tournament. I hope it is successful.
It has been successful. It's not that you have to hope that it's successful. It has been successful so far. And the fact that the qualifier for the finals was decided during the last match of the league phase itself shows how successful it has been. We have been repeatedly saying this. It's going to be a very good experience for the Karnataka cricketers to rub shoulders with. What do you feel so far? Has there been any feedback to you from them?
Yeah, of course, a lot of girls have come and told us that we have given them a very good opportunity and playing alongside with the Indian cricket girls and others. So they've got a lot of exposure and still they have to learn a lot from other girls from other state and Indian girls and all those things. So we have got a very good feedback, nothing less than that. Almost even outside state players have also come and told us that it was a wonderfully organized and a lot of opportunity and so many things to learn, and we just thought it will be a normal tournament, but it's went on in a very large scale, so they were all very happy with the arrangements and other things.
Your Karnataka team went to finals about 2 years back, and I'm hoping that this experience which they gained in this tournament will help them to do well in the domestic tournament. We just don't know when the domestic calendar is going to start, probably during IPL or just before that. And do you find any very promising cricketer coming up the ranks at this point in time?
A lot of girls, I think I have very few to mention also, if you don't mind. Like Aditi Rajesh, Nikki Prasad, Pooja Kumari. All of them are doing very well, in fact. They're all very good talent, and the new find is Pooja Kumari right now. So, a lot of people are there. Specifically, I need to mention about these three girls who have done exceptionally well throughout the year. So, let's hope future also, their future will be bright as well.
In the meantime, Jemima goes for a big shot and ended up playing a lofted shot to long on, where Mona takes a very comfortable catch and Falcon Sheen loses the third wicket, trying to force the pace.
So for the Falcon Sheen Sports are now 80 for the loss of 3 wickets in 13.2 overs. And Mr. Krishnaswamy to continue with the interview.
Mrs. Gayatri, I also found that there are quite a few very young cricketers being part of all these teams. Maybe they didn't get a chance to play, but being around the team, I found some of them are 13, 14-year-old girls. Being around the team is going to help them a great deal. What is your...
That's how they have to learn. They have to initially learn to gel with the team and keep learning, watching, and other things. I think it's better to sit alongside of the good players and know how to go about it. That's a good thing if they are part of the team.
I also noticed that the selectors of the Karnataka state team, as well as the national selector, Ms. Kalpana, are all part of your team organizing those tournaments. I think they must be watching all these matches with keen interest to see who's doing well and which is going to help them in selecting various teams, various age group teams, as well as the Indian national teams. I think that's a very good thing for you. And how did you choose this particular venue? Because I find that the outfield is great, wicket is good to bat, and how did you arrive at this venue?
So actually previously also we had arranged one tournament here, but not at this scale. So then we thought, okay, everything was fine with good cooperation from Mr. Suresh and other things. We thought it is a good venue to organize because outfield is superb and all other arrangements are good. So I personally want to thank Mr. Suresh for all this.
And the ground is very well accessible also, isn't it, madam?
Yeah, it's not. I just cannot say it is in the center of the city. This is one part of the city which is close to the airport. But still, it's not a problem that we can commute.
Absolutely.
Considering that this is your Golden Jubilee, what other programs have you lined up in celebration of your Golden Jubilee?
Nothing much. This is the big celebration for us. We want to give back to the game. What game has given back to us, we would like to give one way or the other to the game. That's it.
I'm talking in terms of having a sort of a seminar or a clinic or honoring players, something like that. Have you lined up?
Yeah, of course. End of the tournament, we are having so many other awards which we would like to give to the young talents. So that's on the cards.
Well, I'd like to actually thank you, Gayatri madam. I mean, the kind of show that you people have put up over here. And it's incredible, and as you rightly said, giving back to the game is the best way to celebrate. You have been a player for Falcons yourself. I mean, just taking you back to those days, when you would have been playing, and would you have ever thought that this would be so big?
Never expected that that journey will be so long and will be part of the team till this age. So it's been a wonderful journey. We are always been friends. And when I started cricket, I was just around 13 or 14-year-old, and I joined the club. And from there, I represented, say, South Zone. I played rest of India, but unfortunately, I could not make it cut to Indian team. It was hard luck. But anyway, whatever the problem or whatever the thing we used to face, we had only one person to look up at it. That's being Shanta. So she was our main force of all this, and today if you are all like this means it's just because of her. I just personally want to thank her for all this, and she has taken alongside all of us and done this job. That's very nice. I'm very happy to part of this tournament, and it's great to be here. Thank you.
In the meantime, Lakshita, who came in the place of Jemima, tried to play a pull shot to Anuja Patel, only ended up dragging the ball and played on, and she's back in the pavilion. And Vanda Dinesh has come in her place. I know it's a tall ask. It's not going to be easy. What I'm going to ask you, would you be looking to do it on a regular basis?
Just now we just want to wind up this successfully. Then we need a break. Later on, we'll just think it over. Right now, I don't want to say anything about this. Thank you.
I think Mr. Krishnaswamy was trying to say that we are always available.
Our job is the easiest to come and talk a little bit on the ground. Organizing that is a lot more tougher. I didn't realize that even while asking. I knew that it's not a easy ask. That's why I said that it's a tough ask which I'm going to put across. But yeah, a little bit of commitment from different people probably can see through.
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
I know they have to plan one more year to go. They need to think a lot hard on this.
Absolutely.
And
Madam,
The
coming
only
back
problem,
to
Krishnaswamy is probably driving down to the venue. Because I come from BTM.
Oh, yeah.
actually taking you back again, from where your journey began, Gayatri Madam, I guess it would have been really tough, especially the era that you played your cricket in. I mean, you're very modest when you say that I've played South Zone, I've played State, and I've only rest of India. But I mean, even that kind of cricket at that time, for a young girl, to play. I mean, what were your challenges at that time?
Well, there were a lot of big challenges, like including from transportation to other things. We used to cycle 50 to 30 kilometers to the grounds. That's one way, and back to home, and always in the ground. We used to enjoy, but we never had this kind of grounds. I would like to mention about that. We had all rough and tough grounds where.
I just want to say only one thing, Yogesh, that she didn't have a parent who will drop and pick her up like you do.
That's what I mentioned about cycling. We used to cycle
Yes.
about 30 kilometers.
Yes,
So-
absolutely. But I think you had better roads those times.
No, less traffic, I would like to mention,
Yes.
than better roads. Roads were
Indeed.
always.
Indeed,
Remember,
yes,
that way,
less
but,
traffic.
What you see,
we
the
had
Jayanagar
less
shopping
traffic.
complex today
Yeah.
was the entire sports field
Yeah,
opposite the bus stand.
yes.
And I have seen Shanta play ball badminton over there.
So in
Is it?
fact, we have played softball also.
Softball,
So all
she captain
games.
Karnataka in
See,
softball.
whatever it is, I don't say it was very hard, tough and all, but we enjoyed the journey, whatever
Yes,
it was. With
yes.
whatever the
That
resources
is more
available,
important. Yes.
we used to make use of it and enjoy the game.
What is
We
your
gave our
message
best.
to these youngsters now? I understand that you're even a selector in the Karnataka state.
I
but-
was.
Yeah, you were. But what is your message for these young girls? You're watching them very closely. As a
Yeah.
selector, you've been watching
So
them very
initially,
closely.
actually, see, when BCCI took over, in fact, initially me and Kalpana were called for KSCA and we were coaching the team.
Oh, yeah.
We found a lot of young talents, in fact, for talent and
But when I used to go back home after a match, my parents never asked me what I did. That's not the case today. I mean, the minute you enter, the parents are wanting to know
they
what.
want immediate results.
Yeah.
Parents' pressure is more
Yeah.
of these days because those days, no, my parent was not knowing that where I was going, what I was playing, nothing. When I came and show about the prize and whatever paper cutting, then they were
Yeah.
happy. That's it. Now every pickup, drop, what facilities?
I know.
What
It's all
mention
controlled by
it, you will
parents.
get it.
Yes.
No, the only one thing I just want to supplement to what you said is that not that our parents were not interested.
Yeah.
They wanted us to do well. They wanted us to follow what they were doing.
Yes.
They were not putting undue pressure on us to
Yes.
why did you fail or why didn't you do well or
Yeah.
why are you not selected. Those kind of questions were never put to us.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that's a big difference.
Difference
That's
now,
one of the
yeah.
reasons why the kids also want instant results today.
Absolutely.
I do remember in some cases where I found a 10 or 11-year-old boy coming and playing. Parent wants to come, no, to the coach. Will he play IPL? That's the question they put.
Yes, I know. I think we face a lot of those questions sometimes. Wherein we are asked, "Can my kid start bowling 130?" He's only 14. So yes,
So,
absolutely.
That's how it is. Times are changing, so we have to go by that. That's
Fantastic.
it. Mm.
But it's so good to see the Karnataka cricket in very safe hands. Of people like yourself and Shanta Madam, Kalpana Madam, and the entire team, not only of Falcon but all the people who've played cricket in your era. and I think you guys are doing an incredible job over here.
Thank you, Yogesh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the way you're handling the things and advising these youngsters also. I also mentioned, I think we had Jayashree Dorai Swami Madam the other day over here, and we were kind of, I was asking her, I think Falcon is doing everything for the sport and for these youngsters. I believe that, and I think it will be an incredible idea if, people like yourself and the remaining Falconites put together a cell wherein, you can counsel these young kids on the career and the pathways, what cricket can lead to. I guess, with so many girls now interested and even want to make it a career stream, so maybe
lot of opportunities there.
Absolutely, but I see most of the girls are lost, when they reach a certain point and they want to hang up their boots very early, even though there is so much of potential in them, so maybe I think something in those terms if Falcon's going to do, it'll be incredibly helpful for everyone, all these young girls.
Yeah.
They'll have more clarity on where their career is heading to.
Yeah, that we can take a call and we can do it.
I'm sure that you're going to start thinking about it.
Yeah, definitely. We can take a call on that.
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely.
we want the game to
flourish.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what.
Absolutely.
So we need young talent. That's why.
Very much for finding time. You've been very busy since the beginning of the tournament, but we are really happy that you found some time for us today. Thank you so much and all the best, and I'm sure you're going to take Falcon to the pinnacle. It's fantastic to have you here again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yogesh. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. And I want to just thank everyone, all my supporters, like all my team players, like who are in the organizing, and all the players who are supporting for organizing this tournament. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks once again. Thank you.
Okay, now?
That's fine.
End of the over.
At the end of 16 overs, the Falcon SHEEN Sports Club 100 for the loss of 4. Well, it was an incredible journey, down memory lane, I guess, even for Mr. Krishna Swami and yourself, Mr. Sri Kumar. I think you had in your mind the fourth block complex area, with no buildings there.
Absolutely, that was a huge play field. I've seen Shanta play ball badminton over there. Sudha Setlur and Shanta Rangaswamy, all of them.
Wow, sensational. Yeah. I think now it's very difficult to even find parking there, Mr. Sri Kumar.
They have converted that into a complete concrete jungle.
Yes, indeed. I myself, I spent most of my childhood and teenage in 4th T block.
Oh.
So
you know it better.
Yeah, well, I know the entire area, because I'm a T block boy, and played my cricket at Shalini grounds and MES grounds and the National College ground, and I played for the Vijaya College and then for Sudarshan Vidya Mandir. So
National College 7th block was the major venue for women's cricket.
Oh, was it?
Well, yes, a lot of matches were there.
What I remember of was whenever, mainly we used to play a lot of tennis ball cricket there, National College. 7th block. 7th block he's talking about. So in 7th block it is more of tennis ball cricket that we used to play. National College, Basmangudi we used to...
that was a regular
that was a regular spot for... Yeah, but...
you talked of tennis ball cricket. I used to come to Bangalore and stay very close to National College Basavangudi in my early days, and I have seen B.S. Chandrasekhar and G.R. Vishwanath, after they have represented India, come and play tennis ball cricket.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, city cricketers would practice over there.
Yes, that's nice. I think they had sorted things out pretty early in Tamil Nadu.
Yes, it was a well thought out structure, and it worked well, and they were able to spot the talent, bring them up quite well in those days, and it served them well at that point in time. Things have changed now. Now age level cricket is there, and they are able to do according to it.
Anuja having brought on from the Falcon and Yogesh.
Absolutely. To all our online viewers, once again, the score is 107 for the loss of 4 wickets. Falcon Sheen Sports at the end of 17 overs. And as my co-commentator, Mr. Srikumar, reminds us that it's Anuja to bowl from the Falcon end there. Concedes the single of a first ball. And coming back to Mr. Krishnaswamy, I mean, as a young boy, who did you did you idolize someone, in your path of, I hear you were a batsman, so, was it anyone that you idolized?
Those days when we were playing school cricket, whatever we got to know was from the paper only.
Or from the air, probably radio?
All India radio commentary, yes, but with matches being played on school days, we didn't really get to hear too much of that. And we didn't get to see them in action too much, excepting an odd test match in Chennai during Pongal time. The test matches always used to be during Pongal time in Chennai. That was the only time we got to see a test match in action. I remember in 1961 or 62, the Australian team came, and my father took me to watch the match, and those days we were allowed to sit even near the boundary line and watch the match.
Absolutely.
I didn't really idolize anyone at that time, but then everybody who scored well used to be a player to look forward to.
Like my dad actually tells me that, in his time, getting a pocket transistor as a gift is equivalent of getting an iPhone 11 today in a gift. Is that true?
Yes, very much. You had to wait for at least 4 to 6 weeks to get a HMT watch. And 5 years for a Vespa scooter.
It was entirely, but I think that was a fun time, for you people as well. I mean,
Yogesh, it was fun time. I mean, those days the match used to be held in the ground called Corporation Ground, which used to be very close to the Central Railway Station, which is there in Chennai. And the crowd being what it was at that time, we never used to get a bus to get back to our house. So we probably walked about 10 kilometers back home.
Walk or cycle?
Oh, 10 kilometers of walking, huh? And that too after playing a game. And maybe a net session or something for you guys.
After watching the test
After
match.
watching, okay, yeah, all right. Wow, okay. That's sensational. And Mr. Srikumar, what about, you have been writing all these player profiles and, so you've been following cricket, I mean, since the time probably you were a young boy and, how was the Bangalore cricket scene, during your time as,
Coming back to the game here, Falcon Sheen are 115 for 4 in 18 overs. And last over, coming back to cricket here, the score is 115 for 4 in 18 overs. They didn't, I mean, Deepti Sharma and Vrinda have not been looking for big shots. They are content with rotating the strike, looking for ones and twos. Next 2 overs, Vrinda is on 19 from 14 balls and Deepti Sharma is 16 of 16 balls.
yes,
To answer your question, Yogesh,
Yep.
franchises were unheard of. It is basically club cricket. BOCC, SUCC, NUCC, all the Jawahars, Jawans.
All the cricket clubs,
Club cricket was more popular.
But I guess what I hear was
Institutional teams, Syndicate Bank, State Bank, all the test players playing for all
bank
these
cricket, yes.
clubs.
Yeah, but I think it was sincere. Like I hear from a lot of my, friends from the 60s and 70s. Like there were a lot of touring teams, like the West Indies team, coming in and playing in these the central grounds over here, and
Because there was no stadium.
Stadiums, yes.
Some stadium was not completed, so
Yep.
major matches were held at the Central College grounds, Pavilion grounds.
Yep. And I hear that as soon as there used to be an announcement that this team is coming, it used to be like a gala time over here. People used to
Normally they would
literally
allow
wait.
either the board president's 11 or the South Zone team would play.
Yes. Indeed, I think it's a sensational time that you guys have had. And as we speak, the Falcon Sheen Sports Club is now 115 for the loss of 4, 18.2 overs. We've got Pranami Chandra, who's bowling her third over from the India Nippon end.
Vrinder Duresh on strike.
I think the Sheen batters are looking pretty content with what they've got on board over here, Mr. Krishnaswamy.
It looks to me that way. I do realize that if we get to 125, probably they can still make a match of it and probably win the match too. But I would have liked to see them forcing the pace a little more in the last death overs of last 3-4 overs. That's not happening. The T20 cricket is also a little bit about playing fearless cricket. I'm not talking about reckless cricket. A little bit more of fearless cricket, and they would do well to really go for big shots at this point,
especially with wickets in hand.
I think, as you rightly mentioned, Mr. Krishnaswamy, I think the only difference between reckless cricket and fearless cricket is the responsibility that the batter is going to take.
That's out
as we speak. Deepti Sharma, I guess, was trying to be a bit fearless here and finds, is that Mona Meshram?
Mona Mishra.
Yeah, finds Mona Meshram tidying up over there at the mid-wicket area, the short mid-wicket.
First 4 balls of the 19th over has fetched only 1 run and for the loss of 1 wicket, and 8 more balls to go.
Yep, I think in 8 balls, let's take the prediction from the commentary box. What is it going to be? 8 balls, how many, Mr. Sri Kumar there?
I have said 135 initially.
135? So jeez, you've got a lot of confidence in Sheen, have you?
To my mind, it looks like more like 125.
128.
Okay.
Yes, says 128.
Okay, so yesterday I was pretty spot on over there. 116 I got, 116 they got, and I had declared 115. But now I've got Krishnaswamy sir going for 125, and Sri Kumar sir going for 135. So I'll settle for 130. I'm going to midway to.
I'm not
both
saying
the
it
legends.
now. I said that at the beginning itself. That could be the possibility.
I'm going to stick myself between 2 legends here. So 130.
Chance of a run out had that hit the wicket. End of the over. 117 for 5 at the end of 19 overs. 1 more over to go.
18 runs required to win, get your target.
We had some fantastic hitting by Arundhati Reddy in the previous matches. So 20 runs came of 5 balls. So you can never say. A couple of Falcon maximums and they would touch that score as well. But it depends on who's at the wicket. Krishnaswamy. I said couple of Falcon maximums and it
yeah, I mean, but Padmana has just come in and she has just faced 2 balls, and it's going to be Akanksha Kohli to bowl the last over. A couple of Falcon maximums will be very helpful, but I'm not very sure that's going to happen. They're going to look for as many runs as possible for sure, but I don't see her hitting 6s because I have not seen a bat in this tournament so far. It's probably the first time, and she has just played 2 balls. It's not going to be easy.
Let's see. Akanksha from the Falcon end. Struck away nicely square of the wicket. Prerna Rajesh, the fielder.
Akanksha Kohli would do well to keep the ball outside the off stump, short of length, forcing them to play shots on the offside, which may not get too many runs, too many boundaries. So that's what she should look to do, not bowl anything on the middle stump or very close to the bat, over pitch deliveries. Short of length, on the off stump, outside the off stump, would be what she should be looking at.
Nikki Prasad brought in that 1-run saving position, but this time turned away towards square leg. No run.
I think Vrinda Dinesh tried to pull the ball from off stump or just outside the off stump. Didn't really time it. Ball went without much power to short square leg fielder who had no problem preventing any single being taken.
At this time, a better looking shot there. Down the offside towards long on, but again.
There's back drive, a little happish, but Veda comes around from long off, feels it and just allows a single.
Akanksha Kohli again. Right arm over, and this time has been the ball taking the top edge and coming towards.
They go for a very risky second run, but the throw from Parna was a little slow and a little off the mark, and little. Padmaja, I think, safely makes it home, but it's been referred to a third umpire by the umpires. But to my mind, to the naked eye, it looked like she's
home.
She's home. Safe.
Let's see. All eyes on the technical table. The ball just eluding Nikki over there. At point.
Just about 4 runs in 4 balls so far of the last 20th over, and the score now is about 120. 135 looks too far away.
Too much. Absolutely no way. No
it looks more like 125 is likely.
125 likely. Quite possible. Yes, she's home.
She's been declared not out. Akanksha Kohli to bowl the 5th ball of the 20th over. Good looking drive.
But can't beat Anuja there.
Yeah, it's just a single again. Slightly windy and
yes.
a little cold wind blowing
across the field. Vrinda Dinesh and strike facing the last delivery of the innings, and she tries to fend it away on the onside. Doesn't make contact. Nevertheless, a single. That's the end of the innings.
To all our online viewers, the Falcon SHEEN Sports Club has completed their first innings, 123 for the loss of 5 wickets in 20 overs. So it's going to be 124 for the Falcon AMEYA Sports, to see themselves on the winning side. Mr. Krishnaswamy, is it too less, or?
I think it's a par score, not a winning score, according to me. But given the track record of AMEYA in the last 5 or 6 matches they played, I think Falcon SHEEN has a good chance of restricting them within this.
Absolutely. I think the kind of batting lineup that the AMEYA Sports boasts, they'll do total justice to the score. There's only a pass score. Mr. Sri Kumar, I think, probably if
somehow their batting has not clicked in all these matches. They beat Hirons by 4 wickets. Then afterwards they lost to SHEEN by 8 wickets. They lost to Kini RR by 22 runs. To Hirons by 8 wickets. To SHEEN again in the second clash by 27 runs, and again to Kini by 26 runs.
I think they'll be very keen, the Falcon AMEYA Sports will be very keen to walk away here today with a victory. What do you say?
Could be, but as I said, somehow teams do not take this match very seriously when it comes to the 3rd and 4th place clash.
Yeah.
So just a question of going through the motions, because ultimately the final is what matters.
Absolutely.
So once you're not in the final,
Yep.
nothing else is of any consolation.
Very true.
So it all depends on how they approach the game.
No sign of sun out here today.
It's been very cool and pleasant right from the morning, but hopefully there's no threat of rain, because it doesn't look very likely that it might rain.
But the outfield touch slower than what it's been in the rest of the tournament. Touch slower, I guess.
You can say, because of the dew.
Absolutely, I think it's going to lighten up once the sun comes out.
Once the sun comes out again, it'll dry up, and then the ball might run away faster to the fence. So hopefully that happens, and we have a very good final.
To all our online viewers, we'll be taking a quick break shortly. We'll be joining you again with the first ball of the second innings, wherein we'll see the Falcon AMEYA Sports pursue their chase for the 124 runs that they'll have to get off 120 balls. Thank you very much here from Yogesh Khadilkar and the commentary team of Mr. Sri Kumar and Mr. Krishna Swami by my side. Thank you.
Afternoon looks like the sun comes out. Oh yes. The weather prediction is that sun comes out around 2:30. Very good. Yeah. Yours. Bogey's not as. This is making losses. Yeah, that's what. That state details like being under review. Okay. Hence the refusal, it will be assigned to you as a PM and Pranav as a PM. Yeah. You saw the other bit, right? You are as a PA. I told you before that that's what this is. It's just under. Yeah, one is a PA, one is a PA. They want this bit to be. Sorry? No, they want this bit to be like handled by different people. Like just like the Pranav is used for partner, but he don't have experience on it. I mean, as far as in zones, he might have worked outside. So that's where we thought that you can be a help to him and you can be a coordinator. Yeah. Yeah, great. We are going through this very much. Yesterday we had a con. Looks like we are heading towards this. Okay, fine.
We welcome back the viewers in India and abroad. The situation in the match deciding the third and fourth place is that FALCON SHEENs won the toss, chose to field and posted a total of 123 in 20 overs, and umpires are in, the fielding team is in, and the batters are also in, and it's going to be Trish Kamini and Veda Krishnamurthy to face the new ball. Just like last match, Veda has chosen to open the batting now also. Mr. Srikumar.
Oh yes, she's capable of certainly doing what Jemima did in that game. So let's see
It's going to be
the answer.
It's going to be experienced Niranjana to open the bowling for Sheen Sports. It's going to be interesting to see how Veda goes about forcing the pace. Playing, she is aiming to give a good start to AMEYA Sports.
Niranjana has claimed 8 wickets in 6 innings, Krishna Swami.
Yeah, she has been among the wickets, and she tends to bowl 2 overs to start with, unless she gets a wicket in the initial overs. The first ball was short of length, came up slightly more than what Veda expected. She just plays a defensive shot, and there is no run.
Especially if she gets early wickets, she bowls with a lot of fire. Here she comes from the Falcon end. This time well pitched up outside the leg stump. Attempt by Veda to turn it around. Fails to make contact, but a wide ball declared by the umpire.
Slightly uppish, played towards cover fielder. Luckily for Veda, it didn't carry enough and it fell between point and car, but they had enough time to cross over for a single. Little wideish throw from Vinda, which the wicketkeeper couldn't connect, but fine leg fielder comes, covers up and prevents any overthrow being taken.
Perhaps the ball struck somewhere at the upper portion of the bat, Krishnaswamy.
Yeah, it was not a close enough ball to drive, and the ball probably stopped a little bit, and Veda played it a little uppishly, but no damage done. She
No
was
damage
quite
done. That brings the left-handed and compact Tirish Kamini on strike.
Trish Kamini and Niranjana come from the same state of Tamil Nadu, so they know each other well. Niranjana will know how Trish bats, and Trish knows how Niranjana bowls. So it should be a interesting contest between the two of them.
Last time she was delighted to have the wicket of Tirish Kamini, Krishnaswamy.
Yeah, I think Trish tried to lift her and only ended up spooning a catch to shots cover. Let's see how she plays. To score 120, Trish has to give a good start for AMEYA Sports.
And Niranjana let out a very, very big scream. Delighted to have that wicket. And let's see what she has to offer this time. Outside the off stump, attempt to cut or drive, but not making any contact there. The ball not rising very much, but nevertheless just over the stumps. Niranjana again, this time a better looking shot, on driven straight to Padmaja at mid-on.
Slightly short of length, Trish Kamini tries to go back, rock back on her back foot and pull the ball, but she didn't time it too well. It went to mid-on where it was fielded comfortably and there was no additional run. Slight fielding change for the last ball of the over. Third man has been brought within 30-yard line and mid-on has been dropped back. They probably expect Trish Kamini to go for a big shot.
For the last time in this over, confident push down the onside. Again, Padmaja the fielder, only a single.
At the end of the first over, AMEYA Sports are 3 for no-less. It's going to be Deepthi Sharma to bowl from the other end, opening the bowling, off spinner, as she normally does. And facing her is going to be Trish Kamini.
It's been a regular feature that these two operate at the start of the innings. Deepthi also being preserved to bowl the last over most often. So Deepthi in charge of operations from the India NIPPON end, and taking strike is the left-handed Tirish Kamini. Deepthi also has picked up 9 wickets in 6 innings, Krishnaswamy.
She is a very, very effective off-spin bowler, either with the new ball or in the death overs. very experienced, as we have been saying repeatedly. Has played enough of international cricket to know what she needs to do. When she bowls with the new ball in the power play overs, she doesn't allow too much width, doesn't allow people to go after her. She bowls within the stumps. She pitches over pitched so that they can't get under the ball and play a big shot. Wonderful cricketer overall.
Here she is. Batted towards the point region. Simran Henry, the fielder, no run. Deepti, she begins, but Tirish not very comfortable. Some distraction on the far side, but now she is ready. Deepti again, well pitched up, leaving the bat from the leg to the off. Attempt by Tirish on the back foot to drive, fails to make contact. Gathered by the wicket keeper, Pratyusha Kumar.
Veda walks across, has a word with Trish Kamini, probably giving her a little bit of advice as to how to get runs off Deepti Sharma. First two balls have been short of length outside the off stump, which Trish has tried to cut but did not connect well. Third again was a shortish delivery. Again Trish Kamini tries a cut shot, doesn't connect. 3 dot balls. I'm sure it's going to put pressure on Trish Kamini to look for a little bit of different kind of strokes to get some runs.
And here it comes, a lofted shot, but Padmaja unable to get to it at mid-off.
Trish Kamini tries to do something different, goes at the front foot, tries to loft the ball straight, but doesn't connect too well, and she just played a lofted shot to the left of mid-off fielder. She just couldn't get there in time, so they just cross over for a single.
Appears as though she heard you, Kishan Swami.
She had no choice but to try something different.
That brings Veda on strike.
It's a 5-4 field with 5 on the off and 4 on the leg side. Deep mid wicket and long on for Veda. Veda is expected to play a lofted shot of Deepti Sharma. She tries a sweep shot from outside the off stump, completely misses, and collected by the wicket keeper.
This time she comes out to it, drives straight to mid-off.
Shot over mid-off.
Could be out.
It's a 6.
Padmaja getting hold of it, but
Padmaja on the boundary line at long on took a good catch, but in the process crossed the boundary line, and it results in a 6 for Trish Kamini.
Gifted a 6, absolutely.
Falcon maximum. Trish Kamini showing her intent there to go after the bowling, and
What a time to bring it up when Mr. Srikumar was just trying to start the comparison here with the Memo innings, and the fantastic time to bring that on.
Push down the track on the onside. Last time. That's what we were just talking. Getting Tirish Kamini's wicket. Again, an attempt to heave it on the onside, the ball taking the bottom edge of the bat, trickling down towards short fine. Only a single. Simran Henry, the fielder again.
another big shot attempted by Trish Kamini. She just succeeded in encouraging the ball towards short fine leg, where Simran Henry fields and they cross over for a single.
Niranjana goes forward to that delivery, pushes, the ball takes the outer edge. There's no close in fielder in the slip or the gully region, and all the way to the third man boundary for 4 runs.
Veda goes for a push on the offside, it takes the outer edge and bisects the field between wicketkeeper and third man and for a comfortable 4 along the ground.
A welcome boundary for the Falcon AMEYA Sports here.
I think the quota of second over for Niranjana is there. I think she'll be changed next over because she tends to bowl only 2 overs in her first spell.
And if she doesn't pick up a wicket, then she doesn't bowl a third over.
Better looking shot, nicely driven to the extra cover region, fielded by Vrinda Dinesh there. Nevertheless, can't prevent a single. The field changing over for the left-handed Tirish Kamini once again. A packed offside field. Niranjana from the Falcon end.
Trish Kamini goes back, tries to cut the ball, but the ball comes very slowly off the wicket and she couldn't time it very well. Just plays it straight to the point fielder. At the end of third over, 16 for no loss, Falcon AMEYA Sports with Trish Kamini on 9 of 12 and Veda on 6 of 6.
The equation now is 108 runs required of 102 balls for the Falcon AMEYA Sports to claim a victory here.
Almost a runner ball.
Two
Deepti
fielders on the
to
boundary
continue.
line for Veda again to face Deepti. Deep mid-on is Padmaja and deep mid-wicket is the captain Rakshita.
The ball staying a bit low this time on this occasion. Deepti, I think Deepti is going to take notice of that. Earlier over was, I don't think the ball stayed this low, or maybe there's just one off.
Lovely shot there.
Good
Fast
looking
mid-on for four.
shot. She aimed more towards square leg, but it just took the bottom of the bat and went between mid-on and mid-wicket for a 4. But very powerful hit. No chance for any of the two fielders to come around and field the ball.
She bisected that field pretty well over there between Niranjana and Rakshita, and I think she'd taken note that Niranjana has just been moved, to mid-on area. Niranjana is a good fielder, but not the quickest of the lot. I mean, understanding, that she doesn't normally react very quickly. So I think now there's a fielding change. Jemima's brought into that position. But nice save.
Veda goes forward to it. Trickles down towards the point region.
AMEYA Sports should try not to take too many risks of Deepti Sharma. Given her experience, she tends to bowl tight and have the right field, and she bowls to the field all the time. They should just play with as little risk as possible against her and target the other bowlers. Of course, they have Rajeshwari who bowls very well. They also have Rakshita who has a golden arm, but still, I think they should target the others than Deepti.
Oh, yep. What it looked like to me, more or less, was Deepti was trying to give that single away to Veda on that first ball, which actually ended up to the boundary. The reason being, she would have loved to have Tirush Kamini over there and take the ball away from her, trying to create that edge or something. But as we saw, Veda stuck that very firmly and, got it past the mid-on fielder.
Driven straight to Jemima at short mid-on. End of the over.
At the end of 4 overs, it's 20 for no loss with Veda on 10 of 11 and Trish Kamini 9 of 12.
Rakshita Krishnappa, Yogesh, your favorite bowler, tops the bowling chart with 13 wickets.
No, I think it's going to. It looks like Niranjana to continue a third over. I mean, they're still contemplating whom to bowl.
Yeah. It's a bit of a confusion there, Mr. Krishnaswamy. It looks like.
No, I think it looks like
yeah.
Rajeshwari is going to bowl there.
Yes.
Rajeshwari is coming on.
I think Niranjana was just trying to find out where, which side of the ground her services are required. And she's going to settle down at short mid-wicket from the looks of it. While Rajeshwari Gaikwad to bowl a first over from the Falcon end. I think it will be a good time for Rajeshwari to start off, with just 20 runs of 4 overs here.
Similar field, a long on and a deep mid wicket for Rajeshwari against Trish Kamini, and short square leg near the square leg umpire and a short mid wicket, and all the fielders short third man, short point, short cover, short extra cover, and short mid off. Trish Kamini played a very good late cut. She finds the gap between wicket keeper and short third man. Valiant attempt there by Krishika Reddy, but she just couldn't stop the ball, and she gets 4 runs.
It's a boundary there. I think she just used the pace of Rajeshwari as well. I think Rajeshwari trying to settle in. I think she's going to get a pace right now. Tirush Kamini, very soft hands there. And I think she knew that once she gets the ball past Krishika, it's going to be, straight to the boundary. Tries that again on this occasion. Doesn't get the bat to the ball. .24 in 4.2 overs here. Falcon AMEYA Sports.
This time Tirish goes to the pitch of that delivery, drives it to the short mid-on region, mid-wicket region.
Is the sun going to come out? It's 11:22 now.
Threatening to. Turned away past
There was a
square.
very brief
Only a single.
appearance by the sun. I think it lasted for about 15 minutes and then no sign. It's been over an hour now.
Waiting for the final
Yep.
to come out in full glory.
Fielding changes over here. Niranjana Nagarajan is coming into the mid-on region from the long on. And
Rajeshwari again. Gentle push to mid-wicket.
Veda managing to get right behind that ball there from Rajeshwari and
Krishika, the fielder. Off the front foot. Kept all along the ground, driven straight to mid-on.
25 for
Shot mid-on, no run.
no loss.
End of the over.
Once again repeat for our online viewers, the score of Falcon AMEYA Sports is 25 for the loss of 0 wickets. 5 overs, and the equation currently stands at 99 runs required in 90 balls.
99 of 90. With all the wickets in hand. Is there a bowling change? at the Indian NIPPON end. Looks like Simran Henry coming on.
The completion of five overs, FALCON AMEYA score 25 without loss. The two batters out there in the center, Purush Kamini batting on 14 and Veda Krishnamurthy batting on 10.
Bowling change. Going to be Simran Henry from Indo-Nippon end. Bowling her off spinners to Trish Kamini, who rolls back and taps the ball to point where no run results.
Rajeshwari, the fielder. No question of any attempt to take a single because the ball travels straight to the fielder there. And this time Tirish comes out to the pitch of that one and slams it past mid-on for 4. Superb shot, Krishnaswamy.
Very good looking shot. She goes on the front foot, stepped out a little bit, played powerfully to the right of mid-on fielder who is within the boundary, within the 30-yard line. And it was Chandrasi Krishnamurthy who dived to her left and tried to stop the ball, but just couldn't. Races away for boundary. Trish Kamini looks good. She's playing some good shots.
Simran again from the Indian NIPPON end. Here she comes outside the off stump, well pitched up. Tirish watching it all the way into the gloves of Pratisha Kumar, the wicket keeper. This one, a white call by the umpire.
Trish Kamini has started stroking the ball well. She should ensure that she plays slightly longer, at least till 12th, 13th over, to see lay a good platform for the others to come and chase the target of 124. If Veda can also play along with her, I'm sure that they will give a good shot at the chase. Slightly short of length, Trish goes back, cuts it powerfully to deep cover where Niranjana fields. They cross over for a single.
Simran flighted and driven slightly uppishly to mid-on. Padmaja, the fielder. Veda getting a single. That's the end of the over.
And the end of 6 overs, FALCON AMEYA 32 for no loss. Trish Kamini on 19 of 21 balls and Veda Krishnamurthy 11 of 15 balls. It's going to be Rajeshwari continuing from the other end. She'll be bowling a second over.
So the equation now for the FALCON AMEYA Sports is 92 runs required of 84 balls.
Not a very difficult task, but key is to keep the wickets and keep the scoreboard ticking at the same time.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy, and I see that they've been doing that incredibly well. 32 for no loss. The end of 6 is it all looks good.
Who are we promoting here?
Um, Ball turning away. Veda tries to play off the back foot and edges the ball between wicketkeeper and short third man. The ball goes away for a 4.
Rajeshwari and Veda comes forward to it, well pitched up, dries, can't beat Rakshita Krishnappa there. And the covers. No run.
Slight change in fielding, seeing that Rajeshwari is bowling on the offside all the time. Short mid wicket has been brought in to covers, and immediately Veda plays a stroke sweep to deep mid wicket and cross over for a single.
Nicely done there by Veda. A huge gap presenting as a result of that shift. The fielder, Veda taking advantage of it, helping herself to a single. Rajeshwari again to the left-handed. Tirush cut away nicely, but straight to short third over there, and Krishika ready, I think, the fielder again. No run. And this time between the wicketkeeper and the Krishika at short third for 4.
Good looking late cut, ball on the off stump, outside the off stump, plays it late. Tishkamani played it very late, and it went fine between wicketkeeper and the short third man. Good shot for a 4.
4 more runs to the total. The two going strong at the moment. Not taking undue risks as yet. Nevertheless, the boundaries have been coming, and this time Tirush goes out to the pitch of that delivery, slams it to mid-on, crossing over for a very, very comfortable single. That's the end of the over.
Productive over for AMEYA Sports. They took 10 runs of Rajeshwari's over, and the score is 42 for no loss in 7 overs.
Simran to continue operations from the India Nippon end. Turned away towards the short fine. Patisha, the wicket keeper, doing the fielding. Can't prevent a single though. That brings the right-handed Veda on strike. driven straight.
AMEYA Sports going along nicely, more in tune with the asking rate of slightly over 6 runs. So I think trick is to keep the wickets and keep the scoreboard moving along the same lines.
And then have a final assault, Krishnaswamy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Simran to Veda, and here she is stepping out to it. Straight to Deepti there, deep extra cover, single. The field changing over for the left-handed Tirush Kamini once again. A short third man, point, mid-off, and a deep mid-off, a long off. Driven this time to mid-on. Rakshita picking it up. Simran again, flighted an uppish shot. Tirush trying to go for that heave. Ball travelling straight towards the extra cover fielder. Jemima Rodrigues picks up, throws in, only a single. This time hoisted. Veda comes forward and just latches onto it to the long off boundary for 4 runs. No chance for Chandrasi to get anywhere near it. Yes, Krishnaswamy.
Veda stepped out, took the risk, and she didn't get to the pitch of the ball, but she played on the rise and played it over short extra cover, but slightly to the left of mid-off, and she got a comfortable 4 for that.
The equation coming down with every boundary.
At the end of 8 overs, it's 49 for no loss. Trish Kamini on 25 of 27 and Veda 21 of 21. And there's a bowling change. Rajeshwari has been taken off. Rajeshwari uncharacteristically went for a few runs in the last over. And in her place, Padmaja E will be bowling a medium pace.
Padmaja has been impressive in previous matches, Krishnaswamy.
I think Rakshita is missing a trick here. If she wants a wicket, she has to try her golden arm, which she has not done so far.
Somebody is waiting very eagerly for it as well, Krishnaswamy.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I think I wonder why Rakshita is not on. In fact, yesterday, after the game, I was having a chat with Rakshita, I mean day before, and I was just discussing with her, do you find that you and Padmaja are both bowling in tandem, from each end, and what was happening there? And I just told her that I felt Padmaja is a touch quicker than you are, and she said yes, exactly, that's what even I felt, because they were trying to use her pace and get through those vacant areas in third man. And I think maybe what I see now is that Padmaja has actually cut down on her pace a little bit here. If you see, she's been hitting the areas today.
Trish Kamini steps out, tries to drive her to cover, but didn't connect very well. Didn't time it too well. It just goes without much power to short extra cover where Deepti fields. 2 dot balls so far in this over.
Yep, it's kind of getting a little difficult for her to, sorry, it looks like it's kind of getting a little difficult for Tirush Kamini over here to get that ball, in between that covers and the square leg area. The covers is deep, so the extra cover area, and It's just because look, Padmaja, this was a little quicker than her earlier 3 balls.
See the Padmaja's bowling, the ball has been keeping slightly lower, probably skidding a little bit off the wicket. That's why Trish Kamini is finding it difficult to time the shots. And Trish Kamini seems to be in a little bit of a hurry, a little bit of eager to play some big shots. She's not connecting well.
This time she does, pushing it to
There you go,
mid-on for
Falcon
a
AMEYA
single.
Sports.
Rajeshwari, the fielder.
The Falcon AMEYA Sports have registered 50 runs on board.
It's getting cooler by the hour, Yogesh.
Yes, indeed, it is, Mr. Sri Kumar. Now, Veda Krishnamurthy is 21 of 21 deliveries, and Tirush Kamini is 26 of 32.
Nice shot.
See the difference between the shots Trish Kamini has been trying and the shot Veda just now played is Veda tried to play it straight back to the bowler. On the contrary, Trish has been trying to play a little square of the wicket, trying to play to extra cover and mid-wicket regions. When Veda played along the line of the ball and played over the bowler's head, she was very successful and got a boundary for her effort.
Well timed.
Yes, indeed.
End of the over.
I just hear in the news that there's going to be a lot of rainfall in Tamil Nadu and Kerala in the next 3 days. So, has this cold weather got something to do with, that news? Probably. I think some wind blowing in from those areas.
I think the overcast conditions and slightly cold breezes has got something to do with the weather in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. But if it's going to rain in Tamil Nadu in the next 3 days, probably Bangalore will see a little bit of rain only after the first or 2 days.
Maybe a few drizzles here and there. There's no confirmed news of rain, but yes, a few drizzles. And as we speak, bowling change coming in from the India Nippon end. It's the golden arm of Rakshita Krishnappa.
But operating from the Indian opponent.
Yes, indeed.
Normally she does come on from the Falcon end.
And straight away asking questions right from the first ball.
Nicely driven to deep mid-wicket. Comfortable single. Could be overthrows over here.
Sloppy throw and a little bit of sloppy work from the wicketkeeper as well as those who are backing up.
2 overthrows.
2 overthrows. Gifted, two gifted runs.
2 gifted runs certainly.
It's going to be Kerala, TN, like we received Kerala, Puducherry, and Tamil Nadu. Hello.
Rakshita again from the Indian opponent. Veda not quite ready. Surveying the field. This time she comes forward, gently pushes it into the covers. Single. Krishika Reddy doesn't pick it up clean. Krishika only a single.
AMEYA Sports motoring along nicely. More in tune with the asking rate. Good looking on drive from Trish Kamini. Place it to deep mid wicket where Deepti Sharma fields, and they cross over for a single in the meantime.
Circulation over the south, west, Bay of Bengal and Sri Lanka coast.
Rakshita again. This time Veda drives into the covers. No run. Krishika the fielder. And lovely shot here. Beautifully picked up between short cover.
Beautiful
and
shot.
for 4 runs.
Beautiful lofted shot by Veda between mid off and extra cover, and AMEYA Sports now 63 in 10 overs.
At the end of 10 overs,
Yeah.
Falcon AMEYA scored 63.
Good start in line with the asking rate.
Absolutely. And is it a little too late, this partnership in the tournament? from AMEYA
Certainly.
Sports? So this 19th over was bowled by You want something? Is on the other side. That's straight. The big bird next to the pavilion. What a bold brother. He was
The fielders getting back into position.
match on. So we are not going to mention it in the commentary. For the press cans and everything, we got tossed. We have to go and ask the PP and
Padmaja in charge of operations. Beginning a fresh over from the Falcon end.
Asking
Taking
rate
strike
is
to Rishkam.
61 or 60.
61 or 60. Very,
Quite
very
achievable.
much
as well.
attainable. Here she comes. Right arm over. Driven nicely. The off drive. Only a single. The field changing over for Veda, who's produced some cracking drives, lofted shots. Her team would certainly wish that she had produced such knocks a little earlier in the tournament. Only a single, well taken single there. Krishika stops it nicely near the sculling umpire, moves to her right, quick return.
Slightly quicker return would have been put Fish Company in trouble.
In trouble,
Yeah, she is
very much, Krishnaswamy. Problems with the shoelaces, getting some help from Deepti Sharma there. All set now. Padmaja right arm over, and this time up a shot into the covers. Deepti the fielder, no question of a run there. The two batters staying put in their creases. Return back to Padmaja. Run of all the equation with all the wickets in hand.
Trish Kamini has been stepping out to all the balls from Padmaja. I think she should aim to play straight. Maybe she'll succeeding in timing the ball much better.
Let's see what she does to this one. Shot pitched, but this time driven to the onside. Mid on, only a single. Jemima Rodrigues running in from a deeper position, picks up and returns. That brings Veda on strike. How will she deal with Padmaja? And she flicks it off her toes. And this could be a 4 again. Yes. The ball racing past the fielder. Savi Surendra at the shot fine. Can't prevent that ball from crossing the line. 4 runs.
Much needed boundary of that over. They just got only about 2 runs earlier in that over. So good 6 keeping in a line. And the 70 for no loss of 11 overs. Good going. Another 54 runs of 9 overs at the rate of 6 an over. Rakshita comes back. She's to bowl a second over now.
Maya appear to be cruising along to the target. As things stands, 54 of 9 overs, run a ball, Rakshita from the India Nippon, and here goes Turish, drives straight down the wicket. The bowler doing her own fielding. Struck hard, but can't beat the field there.
Veda is 35 of 27 and Trish Kamini 32 of 40. In this particular inning, they are complementing each other, looking for runs, keeping the score rate going. And first 2 balls have been dot balls of Rakshita's over. Another dot ball will force Trish Kamini to look for something different and play a risky shot. Oh, she's probably on the middle stump and she goes for a big hit, takes the inner half of the bat and goes past the square leg and goes for a 4.
Past Krishika Reddy there at square leg for 4 runs. Rakshita once again, and here comes Turish, drives square of the wicket straight to the cover fielder, deep cover there. Jemima Rodrigues picks up, returns, only a single, bringing Veda back on strike. Maya certainly almost a foot over the line in terms of the chase. And here it is, a confident push down the track between the bowler and long off Chandasi, the fielder. Only a single.
The body language of lacking today. It's not the same. They don't seem as enthusiastic as they seemed in the earlier matches.
They batted well initially.
Yeah, but 125 was just a par total according to me, and they should have ended up somewhere between 135 and 140. And as the events are proving now, that it looks to be that 125 is not going to be enough. And if AMEYA continues in the same tempo in which they are doing at this point in time, they should overtake the total very, very comfortably.
Maybe in 135, 140 would have been attainable, the way in which they are going.
AMEYA need not take any undue risk at this stage. All they need to do is keep going,
push along
the way they are playing. And I mean, to me, it looks like FALCON SHEEN are running out of ideas. Rajeshwari went for a little bit of runs, and Rakshita, who normally gets 1 or 2 wickets in the initial 2 overs, has gone wicketless in the first 2 overs. And it's going to be Deepti Sharma coming in the place of Padmaja.
Deepti brought in from the moved from the India Nippon end to the Falcon end, and let's see if she can do something to get a breakthrough for a team. The two openers well settled, not just well settled but looking solid. Deepti Sharma, the right arm off break bowler to SHEEN, tossing the ball from hand to hand. Here she comes. Well flighted, but Tirish not getting quite hold of that drive to mid off. Picked up and returned there, only a single.
Savi Surendra fielding at short third man. She seems to be fielding in the place of Niranjana Nagarajan, who is not on the field. We just really don't know why Niranjana is not there, but Savi is substituting for her. As we spoke, the ball goes straight to Savi at short third man.
Savi Surendra, but picks up, was unable to stop that shot on the previous occasion. This time, of course, the ball coming straight to her. Deepti again, a full toss, driven straight towards long off, only a single. Chandasi looks to be the fielder there. Rakshita there, the fielder, I beg your pardon. The field changing over for the left-handed Tirish Kamini. And this could be out. Yes. Good work by Pratyusha. She stepped out, missed, and the bails were off in a flash. Yes, Krishnaswamy.
Trish Kamini stepped out in a predetermined manner, and Deepti Sharma, seeing a step out, bowled it fast and flat, and Pratyusha Kumar did a good job. She fumbled a little bit, but still flicked the ball off in a flash after collecting the ball. Trish was nowhere near to, she didn't even attempt to get back. I think she lost her balance too in the bargain.
Surely, so the breakthrough has been achieved. Could be quite late in the day though.
79 for 1 of 12.4 overs. Trish Kamini is out for 39 runs of 46 balls with 4 fours and 1 6.
It's a change in batting order. Mona Mishra coming in to ensure that the runs are flowing well.
At the fall of Trish Kamani's wicket, there appears to be a change in batting order. No, it's not Lemon. It's Mona who has come in. I think they want to keep the momentum going. They want to ensure that they cross the total of 124. They just have to get about 45 runs at this point in time.
Nikki Prasad would normally come in. In her place, they brought Mona Mishram. An attempt to force the pace and get to the target as early as they could. And let's see how much they succeed. Here comes Zipti again. Pushed back down the track. No addition to the total. Push towards mid-wicket, end of the over.
Good over from Deepthi. I think they got only only 2 runs resulting of that over.
.45 or 42. That's the equation.
Rajeshwari Gaikwad has been brought back from the other end, Indo-Nippon end, in the place of Rakshita. I think the only way the Sheen's team can put a stop to the scoring is to get wickets. I think if they get Veda out now, they'll have the new batters have to come in and settle down. Mona is also new on the other end, and that will put a break in the scoring.
Another change in the bowling. Rajeshwari Gaikwad being brought in from the India-Nepal end. Taking strike, Veda Krishnamurthy. Looking solid. It turned away uppishly, but Savi Surendra unable to get to it, and it goes over hands over the line for 4 runs. Four runs to Veda. That should have been taken there, Krishnaswamy.
Yeah, sometimes this kind of thing happens. Veda seemed to have taken a liking for Rajeshwari's bowling today. She's taking quite a bit of runs. Rajeshwari is a little off color. Normally she bowls very tight, gives breakthroughs, gets a few wickets.
Absolutely, and to update all our online viewers, Matali Raj has just arrived at the ground with another ex-India player, Noshin, and they're here, I think, for the presentation ceremony later on in the day for the finals.
Rajeshwari once again to Veda. Outside off, fended away nicely there. Two runs. Vrinda diving the covers, unable to reach it.
Fantastic commitment over there by Veda Krishnamurthy. Every run is going to matter from here on.
Well pitched up, pushed to short mid on. No run. Krishika Reddy, the fielder. Veda batting on 41. This time she comes out, drives to deep extra cover, single to Chandasi. End of the over. Could we see another bowling change at the far end?
87 for 1 of 14 overs and 37 runs to go in 6. Run a ball.
They have been at run a ball from the last couple of overs. So it only shows that they are pushing the score along very, very leisurely, in no hurry to get to the total. It was 54 or 54, now it's 37 or 36. Looks like Padmaja again to operate from the Falcon end. Lofted shot and she's out. Deepti Sharma plucking it off the air in a jiffy. Yes, Krishnaswamy.
I think it's going to make things a little more interesting with Veda getting out. She played a loft. She tried to drive Padmaja on the up, not getting to the pitch of the ball, but ended up playing straight to the fielder at extra cover. Probably Deepti Sharma who caught it first. Anuja Patel coming in her place. Twist in the tail, make it interesting.
Surely. Deepti, I was reading, Krishnaswamy has been involved in about 15 dismissals in the tournament.
That was a phenomenal catch there. Deepti stretching out, to receive that one. Soft hands. I think all the youth, the young cricketers, the young women cricketers, to take a leaf out of her book. The timing required to jump, to make the jump and receive that ball. Fantastic catch there. Brings Anuja Patil to the crease now.
Step out here for a brief moment, Mona Mishra back in.
This has been the story of AMEYA Sports. I think people have been getting 20s and 30s, not going on to build a much bigger score for themselves as well as for the team. I think that is the reason why they have not been very successful in this tournament so far. I mean, they might end up winning this match, I don't say no, but I thought they would have done better for couple of them to score 60s and 70s. That's what was expected from them.
Absolutely. Today's first match wherein both the openers, put on a big partnership here, but it's not been the story throughout the tournament. They're kind of they're scoring in bits and pieces here. They're not. There's no building of any crucial partnerships. Actually, someone's got to take responsibility out there and take them over the line. So, they haven't found that kind of a player within them. Although, although the kind of players that they have in their team are quite capable of doing that. It's just that, sometimes they say that T20 is a format wherein a team with a lot of big names, does not really click.
I normally find that the team which plays without the fear of losing wins. Again, let me draw a line between fear of losing and reckless cricket. I mean, anybody who takes a little bit of risk comes off. But I find that quite a few teams here, including SHEEN Sports, have all been little averse to risk taking in this format.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, maybe you are right there. It's more or less got to do with winning. But I think just before winning, what comes in is competing. Competing at every point of time. You don't give up. You don't forget the fact that you are competing. And competing is just not about being aggressive. It is about being assertive.
It's the end of the over.
$90 for 2 of 15 overs, with Anuja Patel on 2 and Mona Meshram also on 2. It's going to be Rakshita to bowl a third over from that end.
Rakshita operating from the India Nippon end for the third time in this match. Taking strike is Mona Meshram. Outside the off stump.
Oh,
she goes forward to it.
The girl with the golden
arm.
arm.
She's taken most of the wickets and operating from the Falcon end. The highest wicket taker in this tournament so far with 13 scalps. This time driven to deep extra cover, single. That brings Anuja Patil to take strike. AMEYA slowly but surely edging towards the winning total. Turned away towards short fine, and that shot from Simran, I think, breaking the stumps, but the run taken. Mona Meshram responding well to the call and comfortably inside the crease. No question of any decision over there. Rakshita again outside the off stump. Mona Meshram has nothing to do with it. Corrected by Pratyusha behind the stumps. Driven into the covers, sharp single taken already before Chandasi could even attempt to throw. Mona comfortably home and dry there. Rakshita again, this time to Anuja. Anuja drives straight to Rajeshwari comes in from a deeper position at long off fields, but again they cross over for a single. End of the over.
Rakshita had a good over, put a little bit of a tight, conceding only about 2 or 3 runs in that over against the asking rate of 6. So the two new batters, so they need to settle down a little bit. Deepti is probably bowling a 4th over.
She was the one who got that vital breakthrough.
Yeah.
To give her team some chance.
Takes the inner edge of Anuja Patel, goes to short third man, and before the fine leg, before she could come around and throw the ball back, they cross over for a quick single.
Well taken single there. Mona Bishram to take strike now. Deepti again, and this time swung away towards the mid-wicket region. Again a single.
Mona Mishram couldn't really find the gap between square leg and mid-wicket. She ended up playing straight to deep mid-wicket for a single. Anuja Patel does the same. She again plays to the right of deep mid-wicket, not really finding the gap, restricting her stroke to just a single.
Only a single, so the runs coming in trickles. Coming nevertheless. Deepti begins a run. Mona not ready. She walks back to the top of a bowling run again. And here she comes from the Falcon end. And this has been locked.
Oh, that was a beautiful hit
for a Falcon maximum.
That was a wonderful hit from Mona Mishram.
Swami.
She just got stepped out, got under the ball and lofts it nicely, timed it beautifully, and with mid-on within the 30-yard line. It was not too risky a shot. It was a wonderful 6, and that will push up the scoring rate and bring down the asking rate again.
What a fantastic shot she's brought up over there, Mr. Krishnaswamy.
It was wonderful to watch. It was a damn good
so
shot.
Effortless.
Deepti again.
It again goes to prove my point that whenever people have tried to play along the line of the ball,
non-strikers end, but Mona quickly responds and takes that single, bringing Anuja Patil on strike. This time dug out towards the mid-wicket region again by Anuja. Single, end of the over.
for 2 of 17, 19 runs in 18 balls.
18 balls. Runner ball equation continues. Right after the 11th over, they have been at runner ball with wickets in hand, though they contend to keep the run rate going and not reduce it. Take the game possibly into the final over, Krishnaswamy, as has happened often in the tournament.
No, there's still 19 runs to go. So
19 runs.
yeah. Anuja Patel has a swing. Ball goes to deep mid wicket where Jemima Rodriguez runs across. Single results. Mona steps out, just pushes the ball to long off for a single. What is the score now? 2 balls.
15 balls, 17.
First.
15 balls, 17.
Okay, right. 107 for 2. And another 15 balls to go and 17 runs to get. Oh,
Past.
it was
Krishika chasing it, stops it.
It was a full toss on the leg stump. Anuja Patel turns it away between short square and short fine leg. They go through for 2 runs. Score now is 109 of 17.4 overs.
Mona wanting a third, but Anuja rightly sending her back. Rakshita again, and this has been
Beautiful shot.
probably hit past the
A good looking
Long on
shot
for
between
4
mid on
runs.
and mid wicket for 4. And
The question is, did E.
Padmaja-
Padmaja even have a
and the
chance
ball.
there?
I don't
Did
think
E. Padmaja even have a chance there to stop that one?
no way.
absolutely no.
I think this is the first match in which Rakshita is going to end up without getting a wicket. Of course, there are one more ball to go, but
Well, we still have a couple of balls from her, I guess. 1 ball, and let's see what she does. Ooh,
oh, beautiful
Dead,
steer, beautifully
there.
played.
Whoa.
She steered the ball between wicket keeper and short third man for 4 runs.
4 runs.
117 for 2 of 18 overs.
End of the over.
7 runs of 2 overs. I think it is not Falcon Sheen team's day. If Rakshita doesn't get a wicket, I don't think they have a chance of winning.
Well, the Falcon Sheen's got to get everything right. Actually, they've got to get Niranjana to fire up. They've got to get Rakshita to fire up. They've got Jemima, Vrinda, and Deepthi to fire up with a bat. So I think the batters did the kind of job they could. The bowling didn't fire up today for them.
7 runs in 2 overs. Rajeshwari Gaikwad to continue operations from the Falcon end.
Intensity was a little lacking in Sheen Sports today. Understandably so. I mean,
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I guess has it got something to do with them missing out the final berth, which they were kind of, I thought they expected them to be over there, and from how they played the last game, I think a little bit of dropping of shoulders today, a little bit
Psychological
different
blow.
outfit here.
Push straight to the covers. Deepthi runs into a left from extra cover. If it does the fielding, no run. And outside the off stump.
What
Mona,
a nut that was. I think it came in.
it came
It
into
looked
the
like
bat.
it came in to her. So was it the wrong one or the dusra?
No, no. I think it's more of with the arm than wrong one. Or
AMEYA losing another wicket.
I think that brings Nikki Prasad to the crease.
That brings Nikki Prasad to the wicket.
Ganga standing. Where madam and all that is sitting.
Next to that there is a wall. They do all on purposely. And I think they want to make sure no sleep here. How these people all the workers sleeping here? I don't know, but they built the wall after came.
Nikki surveying the field. Rajeshwari once again swung away towards the vacant mid-wicket region. Single.
That's very good there from Nikki Prasad. Quickly changes the strike onto Anuja, who's been there out in the middle for some time now.
Couple of runs in this over.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Forward to it and drives.
Anuja
beautifully.
steps out, drives powerfully between extra cover and mid off for a 4. Just 2 runs to go.
No chance for
It's a
Jamima.
fantastic shot there by Anuja Patil. You can sit and watch that shot all day. What do you say, Mr. Sri Kumar?
Oh yes, wonderfully timed.
It's a treat to the eyes here.
And this time she steps out, flings it. Another boundary there. AMEYA getting to the total with an over to spare.
Absolutely a fantastic shot over there by Anuja Patil. Ends in style and registers a victory for the Falcon AMEYA Sports, who've come from behind in this tournament to secure the 3rd place.
They won their first match and also their last match.
In between, to all our online viewers, we'll be now proceeding to our presentation ceremony. So we'll see you at the toss of the next match, but we'll now hand you over to the presentation ceremony. Thank you. We'll have lunch now.
Moving on to the presentation ceremony of this game. Requesting both the teams to get lined up here.
Suddenly very cold, sir. I don't know, they didn't tell me anything.
Requesting both the teams to line up for the presentation.
Both teams to quickly line up for the presentation. We're going to start working on the big finale coming up next as well. Everybody to post-match presentation part. Good afternoon to everyone. I would like to call upon Mrs. Gayatri KR to present the award for the player of the match. The known off-spinner of yesteryears from Karnataka, he has represented Karnataka and South Goa many a times. Gotten outlaw popularity to herself by getting more and more detail. He has also attended India Poverty camps many a times. He is sincere mind and has served the earth in his capacity. A big welcome to Gayatri. Moving on to the presentation. For the player of the match, we had many interesting individual performances. First of all, congratulations to Team AMEYA for winning this. Ganima scoring 62 of 40 balls, 47 balls. Veda 44 of 37 balls. But standing out in this match for our all-round performance is Anuja Patil. 3 wickets for 15 runs from 4 overs. A match winning 26 runs from 15 balls. Congratulations to Anuja and a big round of applause to her. Request Yogesh to take over and for the captain's meet. Again, one set Marathi मध्ये आपण हिंदी मध्ये जाऊ. जय महाराष्ट्र. अनुज, जिस तरह से I mean वो तो टूर्नामेंट आपने बहुत बढ़िया परफॉर्मेंस दिया है और आज कैसे लगा आपको बार वहाँ पे उनकी जगह गए वहाँ बैटिंग करने तो कैसे लगा?
पहले तो फाल्कन का शानदार मिली आज तो हमारी टीम का रिजल्ट भी अच्छी थी, लेकिन इसमें मैचेस में हमारी पार्टनरशिप नहीं हो रही थी और हमें अच्छा स्टार्ट मिल गया था और पार्टनरशिप हो रही थी और बॉलिंग में भी हमारी पार्टनरशिप में आज बॉलिंग के लिए तो हम लोग इतना इश्यू लग रहा था। शॉट खेला था जिसको मैंने नाम दिया है स्पेक्टिंग शॉट, तो
जैसे स्टेप आउट करके लोग शॉट करते हैं, आपने स्टेप इन करके शायद वो मुझ की तरफ बॉल मारने की कोशिश की। क्या वो आप रेगुलरली प्रैक्टिस करते हैं?
नहीं, वो तो मैं बचपन से खेलती हूँ, वो शॉट के लिए मुझे प्रैक्टिस की जरूरत नहीं है।
वो आया बैंगलोर आए और आपने यहाँ पे ये जो मैचेस खेले और आपके लिए कंग्रेचुलेशंस टू यू एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच। And Rakshita Krishapa, the captain of SHEEN, I think it's Nirandana coming in on behalf of SHEEN. Hi Nirandana, bad luck today.
It is disappointing, but nevertheless, I think we showed the great gathering as a team throughout the tournament. We deserve to be in finals, but because of the rain, I think it costed us too much. We have a lot of positive takes from this tournament. We learned a lot. It was a great experience, and congratulations Team AMEYA. They were a benefit to it, and I congratulate Anuja also.
Nirandana, they say that anything can happen in cricket, and you know, you guys started up very strong on the top of the ladder. It's just unfortunate, you know, but the character that all your players have shown, and you know, the kind of cricket you played, the brand of cricket that you played was fantastic. It was really a treat to watch for all of us out here, and a lot of things to learn for the youngsters. So thank you very much, you know, for you and your team to do what you've done here. Thank you. I'd like to call upon Veda Krishnamoorthy, the captain of the winning FALCON AMEYA Sports, and we finally see your smile. Hi Veda, I think the cost we discussed about 120, and you were very confident of getting that today. So first of all, congratulations, fantastic comeback. What do you have to say about today's game?
Well, I was pretty surprised that the one it had was kind of like I thought, you know, that we really thought I was a bit disappointed that I lost the toss. But eventually, like I said, the last couple of overs we were not going very well, and today was a plan to get bowlers to roll in the last overs, and I think it kind of clicked throughout the tournament. Panavi's team was running and giving us start in the power play. For a youngster to come and bowl against, you know, all the state senior players, I think it's a really good effort. Plus the professionals, I think the combination of Anuja and Sahana has actually really clicked in the last couple of games. That was very crucial for us. That is the reason we couldn't win in the last few games basically because there are senior bowlers and junior bowlers and a lot of points in the last 2-3 overs, and that kind of you know, affected us. We were sort of chased 120, we were chasing 140, and there's a lot of pressure on the top order because our batting order was suffering a lot as well. Today when we were chasing, I was like, you know, I'll go in because at least not kind of stability of the order, and you know, if I can walk around with other batters and we will be able to chase the scoring comfortably. And I think Krish and I did well at the beginning, and it was a proper platform for Mona and Anuja to come and play the shots, and I think they finished really well.
It was exceptional display over there. I think that there was 44 runs, and you and Girish put up that show over there, and then it was so strong that, you know, I don't think Sheen managed to come back after that, you know, so what he got in there. So congratulations to, you know, the team AMEYA Sports and yourself. So have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye. This concludes presentation party. Thanks to everyone, and congratulations to Team AMEYA once again.
or we will do one thing, we will leave her there in the during the after walk through and come to speak to her. अभी तेरे बाद थोड़ी देर के बाद एक घंटे के बाद हमें जाने वाला येलो टीम ब्लू टीम दोनों